Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome back. In today's video update here for Bitcoin, we are trading at $16,612, 24-hour volume, we're down 5%, and market cap, we're down 0.07%. Heading over to our daily chart here, yesterday's video, we did cover an area of support. It did look like the candlestick wick at the very bottom here actually broke through that support and coming down to 23% of our fib here. Now, if we take a look, there was only one section where we're able to see historical data of this area here holding on to support on November 24th. So again, going forward, because we have these two candlestick wicks at the very bottom holding the support, at least we know it is a stronger area for support if the price again is going to come back down. Now, there is again a few factors in a daily time frame we're going to take a look at, and the RSI itself is still decreasing compared to the previous action. So we can see here that we may predict that these candlesticks are going to clash together, and seeing that the K line here is this white line and our D line here, if we do see the white line come across above our D line itself, then essentially we can see a buying opportunity, but just be prepared for the price itself to come down for Bitcoin and again retest the 23% of our fib as the MACD indicator is still growing strong here in our first wave of that momentum. So let's just quickly go over the 4-hour time frame. So 4-hour time frame, I was anticipating the price to consolidate, which means the price going zigzag. So you can see my previous picture here where price comes down to retest the 16.5 and then coming up and retesting the resistance line at 78%. We've seen a few of these candlesticks at the very top here trying to break that barrier of resistance. Now in the next couple of hours, what we are going to retest again is the 78%. We do see this candlestick here where the main bottom of the body is near lower than the 50%. So this kind of shows us again a little bit of a surge for the sellers itself. If we saw this candlestick mainly at the very bottom of an inverted hammer candlestick, it would have given us a little bit of a hint that the price itself may reverse at the bottom. Now, there's a few things that we want to take a look at in the 4-hour time frame, and one of the things here is our MACD indicator. So our MACD indicator again measures momentum, the strength of the momentum in that current direction. And we can see that the red histograms here, or these bars, were showing the huge momentum coming down. We can see lightness in the color showing us a hint that the momentum may be over for this current trend. So as we can see coming down, we can go up. We see this doji candlestick at the very bottom, indecision in the marketplace, followed by this green candlestick here. So it kind of validates the direction based on the doji and this green candlestick that the price is going to come up. Now again, with this candlestick at the very bottom, it does show a lot of selling pressure. If the momentum of the MACD indicator does change from the red over to the green at the 78% of the fib, we are ultimately going to be breaking that resistance line and again hopefully close above it in multiple 4-hour candles. If we do close above the 78% of our fib, which is 16.6, then essentially we are going to be targeting the next course of action of 61% of our fib. Let's kind of take a look at what's happening at the 2-hour time frame. So we can see the RSI in the 4-hour time frame at 49% of our fib chart, or the RSI itself. We can see the spaces in between our K and our D line is vastly further apart. So we're not going to see any selling opportunity, but we still want to take into account some of the characteristics of our candlesticks. But taking a look at the 2-hour time frame. So 2-hour time frame, we were talking about this channel that was coming down in this parallel channel. We are continuously making a lot of high-low peaks with the exception of this candlestick getting out of the channel at the very bottom. And then now we see a breakout occur at our top trend line. However, it was followed by a shooting star candlestick, which is this red candlestick that we see here. We were hitting a resistance line. So this is a known resistance line of 50% of our fib at 16.651. Now take a look at the previous candlestick characteristics. So we've got this candlestick here followed by almost a doji candlestick. Notice the body is really small and it is going to be dependent on this candlestick and then forward. So if we see a red candlestick, the body is opening up a little bit more, basically engulfing the previous candlestick. We know that indecision is mainly going to be targeted towards the sellers, and we may drop into the 38% of our fib back into the channel itself. So this may be a false false breakout. If we take a look at the RSI, we were considered as overbought here at 100% for our K line. You see this white line here? So anything above 80% is going to be considered as overbought. So we do want to tread very, very lightly here if we do see this. We see this crossover from our K and our D line here. Normally, whenever we see the cross, it does give us a signal either to buy or to sell, depending on, again, rely on your different indicators. But what we can see here, normally when we see the crossover, we see an expansion of these two lines, either in the direction downwards or the direction upwards. But what we see in these two indications here is that these two lines are actually close together. So it might initiate another buying opportunity and push the RSI again at 100%. We may again still see that the 50% is going to be the resistance line here. If we're going to be closing above the 50% line, we will need to see a huge increase of our volume. We can see volumes picking up, volumes being a little bit supported of this increase as well. If we see volume picking up and coming up to the 50%, we are going to cross that threshold. We may not do multiple candlesticks closing above the 50, but we may see that breakout above our 50% and then come back down and correct it. Even though the MACD indicator is in this wave, anticipate we're going to see some lighter green histograms in the next couple of hours to come, because we are in an area of confluence. That just honestly means an area of interest. People are going to see who is going to push the price to go beyond this, and then we're going to see the price correct and people are going to be selling off the Bitcoin as soon as we see the price come up to an area of resistance. So that's my video update here for you guys. Definitely let me know what you think in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching. Like and subscribe, but I'll see you next time. Bye.